We did some math on this in a prior video, but here comes National Review with an article that says a 6-figure income is now required to buy just an average home, a median home. And that may seem like a pretty extreme thing or, a dramatic thing to say, but we did the math. If you make $100,000 a year, after taxes, you might take home 80 or 75. That's going to be roughly maybe $6,500 a month in take-home pay. Well, your take-home pay has to buy all your gas, groceries, food, car payments, everything else. Well, the mortgage payment on a median price home right now could be $4,000 a month. A median price home is about $420,000, $440,000, depending on what survey you look at. And at 7 or 8% mortgage plus taxes, that could be $4,000, $4,500 a month. That only leaves you a couple grand to pay the rest of your bills. So it's not out of the ordinary for somebody making $100,000 to barely be able to afford and pay for a median home. And it sounds like a lot, but that's a big deal. That's a major turn of events for the economy. And how much has that changed? Well, according to the report, home buyers must now earn $107,000 to be able to service a mortgage payment in 2022. Just a year ago, it was only $73,000 to meet a similar threshold. Look, that's 1 year later and went from $73,000 to $107,000. How much of an increase is that? That's almost a 50% increase. If you take $107,000 minus $73,000, that's $34,000 more of an income that you need. If you take $34,000 over 73, that's almost 50%. So the amount of income that's needed from 2021 to 22 to buy a median home, just an average home, skyrocketed 50%. That's going to have a big effect on the housing market, on the economy, on even job security. But it may not change pricing that much. I think we're going to see volumes pull back significantly. Volumes meaning the number of houses sold. But we might not see prices fall very dramatically at the national level. Certainly some local markets might see some price adjustments, but not at the national level. Why not? Why supply and demand, right? Why are house prices not going to go down? Well, here's the reason. It's like a game of musical chairs. There still is a very large number of people trying to buy houses that there are not houses available. There's a shortage of anywhere between 3 and 5 million houses, depending upon who you listen to. And that shortage is not going away. In fact, it's getting bigger because more people are coming into the housing market than the number of homes being purchased. In fact, this housing slowdown, if you can call it that, is slowing down also the number of homes being built. If you're a home builder and you see this data, you're not going to be out there scrambling to build a bunch of new houses because you may not be able to sell them. So this is going to have even a worse effect on the house price flow in the future. May not take a year or 2 or 3 to kick in, but there may be some turmoil right now. But in 2025 or 26, if you have 2 years or 3 years of very low new home production, and you have 2 or 3 years of more people coming into the housing market, it's only going to get worse. And there's another factor that we're doing another video later this week people aren't aware of. Up until the 1980s, homes that were built were designed to be built for a lifetime, to last forever. If you look at homes from the 50s, 60s, 70s, they were made with real 2x4s, not 1.5 by 3.5. They were made using more quality goods, not fiberboard, press board, OSB, any of those things. And they were designed to last a lifetime. In fact, there's many neighborhoods from the 40s, 50s, and 60s that the houses are still standing. Sure, they have been remodeled and updated and new roofs and that kind of thing, but the core, the bones of the house are still there. In the late 80s and early 90s, home construction actually changed their business model. They went to a model of building homes that were designed to only last 40 years, maybe 50. Well, if you do the math, from 1990 plus 40 years, what does that come out to be? That's 2030. That's a handful of years away, 6 years away, 7 years away. So all these homes that were built in the 90s over the next 10 years will now start to become untenable. You won't be able to remodel them or fix them. You might have to rebuild them. And you're going to start having more losses from the housing stock because of the planned obsolescence. And look for another video that gets into more detail on that. So the housing market, although prices are up and everybody looks for a housing crash, some of it's wishful thinking because these are people that don't own a home and wish for homes to come down in price, may be wishful thinking. And it may not come to fruition. Let us know in the comments below what you think and how this might affect your decision on house shopping.